Well, first of all, I would say that not all links that you can get are good links, and you can get bad links too. And for a new customer who doesn't know much about links, you would first off want to look at the domain authority of the website you're building the link on. Usually above a 30 to 35 is a good domain authority score for building links on that site. And then from there, you would want to kind of categorize the link you're building. So you just don't want to build a link, but like if you're using Brown Book or Blue Book or other popular link building citation directory sites, you'd want to build the link and set the category as another form of search. Kind of does the page optimization that goes more into web design. But that helps the links as well. And then you'd also want to keep that NAP plus the same. So when you're building links across multiple platforms of a higher domain authority, or the first 50 to 100 with the highest DAs, you'd want to make sure the name, address, and phone, which is NAP plus, is all the same, because Google analyzes that content. And so if the name is the same on one site, but then there's two owners, and you have the other owner's name on a different citation, it won't necessarily penalize you a lot, but it doesn't match for SEO purposes. So it won't analyze the same. And then you also want to keep the phone number the same as well, and the URLs. And if you have subdomains for your URL, you'd want to probably do the main domain URL. And then if you're in a different country, if you're global, and you have a URL in Spain, you could do the .es URL for that type of citation, depending where you're located. But for smaller markets, typically with one site and not very many subdomains, you would just use the normal URL along with the same phone number, address, same links to social pages. Most people do only have one social page, so that's pretty simple. But other than that, that's probably the easiest way I can explain it, keeping all the information the same. Content is king, so usually if you're building a link, you'd want to pull the description or the about us or what we do part of the website into that link when they have the box to fill that part in. And then images are pretty big too. Depending on where you're uploading, I guess, the image, you want to make sure the image is not distorted. I know I've uploaded some images to the same sites when I was learning, and on one site they look really good, and on others, it's kind of distorted or cut off a little bit. And so you really just want to keep those things in check. I mean, that doesn't matter that much about how the image is portrayed, but still an image is kind of helpful. It kind of makes you more reputable to someone if they do find you off of a citation or directory link building site. So basically that's the easy way to explain it. And the last thing I'd say, what's the point of the links? The way I learned about it and how I was explained is the link building is like the history of a website. So if you think of a tree, it has roots that come up through the ground. And that's kind of about links as well. So you want all of these links going back. So, if we're talking about DMA, for example, we want a bunch of links going back to DMA that are in the category of marketing, that are also focused with the same NAP, but also they build a history. So the more links you have, not necessarily all the time, because they can be bad links, but the higher chances you have of ranking higher on Google for search purposes. So the links are the history, just like the root to the tree. Their history going back, and Google looks at that and they're like, whoa, this website, this marketing firm has a lot more links than this marketing firm. The links match correctly, more times than not, and so Google will analyze that in the algorithm and say, well, I think this place is more reputable. So when you type in a search, types of boats for fishing, you want to make sure that you don't have, bad links, for example, which would be yachts. Even if it's like a car website, but you have a boat business and you have a citation on a car website, that's completely unrelated and stuff like that. Or keywords you put in there could be unrelated as well. So I guess if you're doing only SEO for marketing, but yet, you have keywords in your citations that talk about, videos or website design, but you're strictly SEO, that content's irrelevant to what they're searching for and to what you offer. And so you want to make sure your citations, your links are relevant to the search and relevant to your site. because having unrelevant content will be taken as spam in some places, and so that's a no-go. Yeah. If you're interested in learning more or have any questions or suggestions, please feel free to leave comments below on the page, and then also please feel free to subscribe, like the video if you're interested in what we had to offer and you like what I had to say, and we'll see you guys on the next one.